Welcome, you guys. So I'm going to start a series called Feel Good Fridays. This week we're going to work on a lot of shoulder and more so chest opening, shoulder stretching, and also a little bit of hip flexor action as well. In today's world, we spend so much time hunched forward with a rounded shoulder position, texting, typing, doing all those things. So we're going to just work on doing a few things to kind of counteract a lot of those. So let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. So coming to have the big toes together to touch, knees go nice and wide. Let those hips sink back towards the heels. Letting the forehead rest gently on the mat. Arms can reach forward or down by your sides. And let's just start here with the breath. So really narrowing your attention here on your breathing, letting your inhales and exhales carry you through your practice this afternoon. Let each inhale really expand through your rib cage, and then each exhale, just let yourself relax and sink a little deeper into the pose. Let's go ahead and go through 2 more rounds of breath here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and rise up to hands and knees, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees, pressing firmly into your right arm, pressing yourself away from the ground. Right hand stays planted, left arm's going to open up towards the left side of the room, opening up across the chest, and then left arm comes under the right, threading the needle, left shoulder onto the mat, left side of the head resting gently. From here, your right arm can either reach forward, finding a nice stretch along the right side of your body, or maybe you'd like to wrap that right arm behind the low back. Think of trying to twist the chest open towards the ceiling, using that left arm as leverage, pressing it into the ground. Let's find one more breath on this side, and then the right hand will plant gently on your mat, pressing yourself back up. Left arm opens once more to the left side, and then plants on the mat. We'll switch sides, so left arm is strong and firm. Right arm's going to open up towards the right side of the room. Threading that needle, right arm comes under the left, coming onto the right shoulder, right side of the head. Maybe finding that left arm to reach forward. Or if you prefer to wrap that left arm behind the low back, opening wide across the chest. Just a few more breaths here. The left hand will come to plant on the mat. Right arm opens up once more to the right side, and then comes back down onto the mat. From here, we'll find cat-cow. So on an inhale, let your belly drop towards the ground. Think of the front of the chest opening up towards the front of the room, lifting the gaze just a little bit. Think of pressing the back of your head into the wall, as if you had a wall behind you. And then on your exhale, you're going to tuck the tailbone, round the spine, tuck the chin, hug the lower belly up and in. Inhale, let the belly drop. Think of tilting your tailbone up. Chest comes through between the arms, maybe a little soft bend in the elbows. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Take a few more here on your own with your breath. Taking your time, maybe lingering in places that feel a little bit tight. For me, I really enjoy to go back and forth and side to side. So I'll find my cat and press back almost to a child's pose, and then come forward and find my cow pose. And then again, find the cat, press it back, and then find the cow pose. Also really enjoy to wag the hips side to side. Helps to release some tension in the low back. When you're done there, go ahead and find a nice neutral spine. We're actually going to keep the hands firmly planted, and let's tuck the toes, stepping it back to a plank pose. So think of pressing firmly through the arms, hugging the low belly up and in. Maybe a slight tuck to the tailbone, so think of drawing your tailbone towards your heels. Heels are pressing away from you. And then if you want, you can sit the knees down, but we're going to make our way onto our bellies. So to start, right arm is actually going to go out like a T. And then we're going to bend the left knee. Left palm is firmly planted, and right palm is planted in that T shape. From here, we're going to press with the left arm, twisting ourselves open, planting that left foot on the other side of the right leg. Resting the head gently. Finding this nice twist along with the opening across that right shoulder. Remembering to breathe here. Let's take one more full breath, and then we'll come out of it. So lifting the left foot off the ground, rolling back onto your belly. And then we'll switch sides. So left arm comes out like a T. Right hand plants under the shoulder, and right knee bends. You're going to take your gaze over to the right. And then pressing firmly with that right hand. The right foot's going to flip over the left leg, planting onto your mat. Couple more breaths. Trying to keep them fluid. Last breath here, and we'll go ahead and come back onto our bellies. Finding both hands under the shoulders. We'll press our way back up to hands and knees. From here, we're going to find a low lunge. So you can keep the legs as is, but see if we can get that right foot up between the hands. Once you do, slide that left leg back just a little bit more. So this is where we're going to focus on our hip flexors. If this is enough here in that left hip flexor, feel free to stay right here. If you want a little bit more, and I really like to do this, you can make your way up onto that right leg. So think of, again, kind of hugging that low belly in. You actually want to use this right leg and think of pressing the heel into the mat and kind of drawing the hip back just a little bit. So you're using both legs to help stabilize you. And then from here, right hand can stay on your thigh, but left arm will come up and over. And we're actually going to take it over towards the right side. And then bring yourself slowly up to center. Plant both of your palms. We'll step that back to hands and knees. And then we'll switch sides. So left leg will come forward. Go ahead and slide that right leg back. Again, feel free to stay right here. But if you're ready, go ahead and climb up that left leg. Again, think of pressing into the heel. Engage in that back hamstring. Left hand stays on the thigh. Right arm reaches up and bring it over towards the left side. Think of pressing that right knee down as you reach up. You'll find a nice stretch all the way here from your hip flexor all the way up into your shoulder. And go ahead and release. Hands back to the mat. We'll step back to hands and knees. From here, let's make our way onto our belly. And then we'll actually just flip onto our backs. So go ahead and plant the feet about hips width distance apart. Knees are bent. I want you to think of having your tailbone be flat on the ground, kind of tucking it under. You'll actually have to use your low belly to help you to do that, so kind of hugging that in. We're going to make T's with our arms, keeping that lower body engaged. Now that can be enough. I feel quite a lot across the chest, even into my shoulders and biceps. But if you want to find a little bit more, you can think of pressing the forearms and the elbows into the mat and think of squeezing the shoulder blades together. It's not a big movement, not at all. It's actually really, really challenging. But to help find some space across the chest. And go ahead and release. Oof. Kind of wiggle it out there. Really using the ground to help you to press up and out of that posture there. Let's do one more. So again, finding that tailbone tucking, that lower belly engaged. Think of pressing the arms into the mat, and think of also pressing the back of the head as well into the mat. And then see if you can find that squeeze between the shoulder blades. Really, really breathing here. And go ahead and release. Wiggling that out. All right, legs come out nice and straight. Let's bring the arms up overhead. Palms come together to touch. Think of trying to keep your lower body just how it is. We're actually going to take the upper body then, twisting it to the right side. So finding a stretch all the way from that left hip through the left armpit. And think of squeezing your head in between your arms. Really breathing here. Coming back to center. We'll take it to the other side. So wiggling that upper body over to the left. Trying to keep both of your shoulders onto the mat as best as you can. The point is not to get the greatest side bend so much as to kind of keep your body in alignment and finding a stretch where you're at today. One more breath here. Back through center. Let's go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Hugging in here. Maybe rock a little side to side. That can feel really nice on the low back. And then we're going to make a tiny little ball with our body. So we're halfway there, but we're going to bring the chest and shoulders, bringing the forehead towards the knees, squeezing every inch of your body. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, release everything flat onto the mat. Finding your Shavasana, your corpse pose, your rest pose. And we'll take just a few moments here to let the body kind of download everything we've just done with those movements. So that was very, very short, but we're going to go ahead and move on. Go ahead and slowly wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe you'd like to bring the knees to the chest or just roll over to one side. Wherever you go, just go slow. Take your time. We're going to make our way slowly up to a seat. Hands can come heart center, or they can be on your shins. I like to close my practice with a little bit of gratitude for showing up for yourself. We can only be our best when we are being our best for ourselves. So just remember that. Protect that time for yourself to enjoy and to take care of yourself. So I think it's really important for all of us. And I think sometimes it gets pushed to the back burner when we're trying to take care of other people and of all the things that we have to do in life. So something to keep in mind. Thank you so much for practicing with me. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste.